What up? Jeff here with all my Bitcoin renegades, and tonight I have some news for you about Ethereum. So Ethereum has had a little bit of a price dump lately, but so has Bitcoin. So we just have a pullback in the market, but Ethereum is growing rapidly, and the people that are moving into Ethereum are also growing rapidly. This is a definite monster asset. So let's get into here. All right. So I knew that was going to happen. Ethereum name service grows by 10,700 addresses in June, now attached to $277 million. So basically what that means is all of the addresses that hold Ethereum, that people have Ethereum and they're holding them in their wallets, has raised by 10,700 addresses in June alone. So everybody who's saying we're in a bear market or that people are selling their cryptocurrency, that's why the price is going down, well, for the most part, that's not true. Because if that was true, then the Ethereum name service would have decreased in addresses in June and not increased. So we went sideways all of June. So, but it still grew by 10,700 addresses. Something doesn't add up here. The big money people are the ones that control the price of these assets. Now, 10,700 addresses hold 277 million in Ethereum. I'm sure one or two addresses hold the same amount. So, yeah, the more money you have, the more you can control the market. So, the Ethereum name service has picked up steam in the last few months, just like the Bitcoin Renegade family. Addresses associated with Ethereum names now control 277 million in funds. That is amazing, astonishing amount. The Ethereum name service, the ENS, gained considerable traction in June, with 10,700 new addresses created during June, according to Block Explorer Etherscan. And that's where you go to look up where your Ethereum transaction is, what it is, how many addresses are there, and a lot of other useful information. The ENS is a decentralized system that lets users associate their Ethereum addresses with human-readable names, like example .f. It's similar to how we use emails to communicate, or website domain names, rather than IP addresses. Basically, it's a more simplified version of ones and zeros or codes, like our email. Renegade would be, boom, my email. Instead of 1-800-549823150986532599842. I mean, what kind of email address would that be? I would never be able to remember that. I don't even remember two of the numbers I said. 8 and a 4, maybe. So, its purpose is to make it easier to transact with Ether, which is Ethereum, and other Ethereum-based tokens. So, this is not just for Ethereum, but for Ethereum-based tokens as well. That's not saying... So, Etherscan's blog post explains that it only tracks addresses that match certain conditions. That the addresses have both forward and reverse resolution set, so the data does not include all Ethereum names. But it does show the rapid growth of Ethereum names over the last few months, considering there were only 1,000 new addresses in March. And get that, March is when we had the big pump too. So why is there... Okay guys, what's going on here? I only get up when things get real. I move out of my chair when things get serious. And it just got real. I'm just kidding. But isn't that just weird how like there was 1,000, only 1,000... 1,000 new addresses in March. What? 10,700 new addresses in June when the price is going down? Okay, I guess that makes a little bit of sense. People don't want to buy when they're at the top of the market, but this kind of goes against FOMO and what they're saying with the retail market, why the prices are going down, right? So if we're getting a ton of new addresses and the price is going down, and when we don't get new addresses, the price is going up, okay. Now, if I was thinking that there wasn't manipulation in crypto before, this kind of shows that there is manipulation, just showing by how many addresses are growing in June and how little addresses were growing in March when the price was going up to all-time highs. So I don't know if we can believe a lot of what we hear. So this is some good advice for you. This advice I will give you. Or hold on. Never believe what you hear and only believe half of what you see. Okay? Never believe what you hear and only believe half of what you see. There's always another side of the story that you do not see. There is always another part of the story that you do not know. So until you get all of the information, never make unresearched decisions. All right? So ENS is a decentralized systems. According to the post, the increase in Ethereum names coincided with a steep decrease in Ethereum gas fees, as using the blockchain became much cheaper. Okay, that does explain a little bit why there was only 1,000 in March and 10,700 in June. Yeah, the gas fees went down a lot. It used to cost like 20 to 30 bucks to send any Ethereum, you know, during the big bull rally we had. So yeah, definitely cheaper gas fees. So that could be part. All right. Ethereum names are a bit of a blessing and a curse. While someone can have a personalized and publicly known Ethereum name that their friends or anyone can send money to, the downside is that anyone can see their address and watch their transactions. Now, I would be a little uncomfortable with that, but yeah, not really. I kind of show all of my stuff, so therefore, it's typically seen as good practice to limit the funds in them because, in theory, they could be used by criminals to make ordered lists of the most wealthy Ethereum users and target them. And yet, according to Etherscan, the addresses associated with existing Ethereum names contain a significant amount of cryptocurrency. This includes 116,500 Ethereum, 6,300 wrapped Ethereum, which is Ethereum that can go on other blockchains, 23.5 million of the stablecoin USDC, and 963,500 Uniswap. In total, this is worth around 277 million at current market prices. This is worth around 277 million at current market prices. But ENS users will need to use some of these funds to keep paying for the names, especially the expensive ones with fewer characters. Etherscan estimates that the current annual cost for all Ethereum names comes to around $2.3 million. And even this could be the lower end. $2.3 million on a name. Why? Give me $1 million. I'll give you all the names you could use. Man. Okay, so I just really had to touch base with this Ethereum. A lot of people are really in on Ethereum to look at the XRP. Since we were talking about this the other day, I just wanted to touch base on this. Ripple can depose SEC official who ruled Ethereum is not a security, says the judge. The SEC argues that Ripple token XRP was an unregistered security. The judge wants to see what William Hinman has to say. So in brief, William Hinman called Ethereum sufficiently decentralized and therefore not a security. Same with Ripple. Okay? Ripple may be hoping he has a similar thoughts on XRP. Ripple won a significant procedural victory in its fight with the Securities and Exchange Commission, which has accused the crypto payment firm and two of its top executives of violating security laws by selling $1.3 million worth of XRP to the general public and others. In a ruling on Thursday afternoon, U.S. District Court Judge Sarah Netburn denied the SEC's motion to quash the deposition of a former SEC official, William Hinman, who said in 2018 that Ethereum is not a security. And this is everything for the SEC investigation. They cannot say that one cryptocurrency is not a security and say that another one is. That is just basically double jeopardy in a different kind of a sense. So, an investment contract in an enterprise that carries with it the implicit promise of profit from the labor of those running the enterprise. That's what a security is. The ruling means that Ripple, barring a successful appeal by the SEC, can ask Hinman to testify about the aspects of his decision-making. The SEC had argued that Ripple's request to depose was unreasonable and unrelated to the case. I disagree. I think it has everything to do with the case. I think it is the basis of the whole argument. You cannot say that one cryptocurrency is decentralized and another one isn't. That's just stupid. That would be like saying someone committed robbery, but somebody else didn't commit robbery that did the same thing. You can't do that. If somebody robs a grocery store and somebody robs a house, they're both robbery. Just because they're in different places doesn't mean it isn't robbery still. So that's exactly what this is right here. One is who said in 2018 that Ethereum is not a security, then how can the other one be that is the exact same thing? You can't. You can't pick and choose. Because one of them has a company that decided to come out with a cryptocurrency. Yeah, there's your opportunity to try to take it from them, but if the law has any kind of justice and merit, this will not go through. This will get dropped. In my opinion. Okay? Now, the law, what the law says about it, that's what goes. And if we want to change that, we need to vote. But I'm not here to talk about politics, so. The ruling means that Ripple, barring a successful appeal, Thursday's ruling is the latest skirmish in a bitter lawsuit that began when the SEC sued Ripple in December. A bombshell of a case that wiped out billions of dollars from XRP's value. In April, Ripple also won a discovery ruling that required the SEC to produce internal documents about its discussions of Bitcoin and Ethereum. Because like I said, you can't pick and choose. If you say one of them is a security, they all have to be securities. If you say one of them is a cryptocurrency, they all have to be cryptocurrency. You don't get to pick and choose which is which when it's convenient for you to freaking sue them. I don't care if it's the government, they still don't get to do that. They have to follow the law too. Just because they create the law doesn't mean they're above the law. Okay, you create the law, you have to follow that law. Remember that before you create the law. Ripple's legal strategy has turned on portraying the SEC's lawsuit as arbitrary and unfair, and pointing out previous agency rulings that found Bitcoin and Ethereum are not securities. The SEC's Ethereum ruling, which came in a 2018 speech by Hinman, has proved especially controversial. While celebrated by many in the crypto world because it lifted a legal cloud over Ethereum, the speech raised eyebrows in the legal world after Hinman invoked a new doctrine that it held a blockchain token was not a security once it became sufficiently decentralized, just like Ripple is. Until the speech, such a doctrine was unknown in securities law, where the Howey test, a set of criteria set out in 1946 Supreme Court ruling, remains the measure for determining what is a security. Well, guess what? We didn't have cryptocurrency in 1946. So we need to update the law to at least 2009 when cryptocurrency was created. You can't go by a 1946 law when the security, supposed security in question, wasn't even created in 1946. So how can a law that was made in 1946 affect a product that was created in 2009? It doesn't make sense. It's not fair. Let's take it to court. Let's see what the judge says. So Hinman, who left the SEC shortly after the Ethereum ruling, has himself become under scrutiny. Namely, a Business Insider expose revealed that while at the SEC, he was receiving a pension worth $1.6 million from his former law firm, Simpson Thacher, which he rejoined in 2018. The firm sits on the board of the Enterprise Ethereum Alliance, which promotes business use cases for Ethereum. So he is an Ethereum advocate that used to work for the SEC, which is pretty cool, which means hopefully the SEC can have other people that understand the giant technology shift that we are undergoing, and that new law is going to have to be created in order to deal with this emerging market that we have that is not going away anytime soon. It is going to be the new financial monetary system for the world eventually. So, all right, that being said, you know what time it is. Goodbye and good Bitcoin. Bang!